Hello, literature lovers. Welcome to LITTWIT CLUB. Hope you all are doing great. And today we are going to discuss the fourth part of our mock test series SLST 2025. So let's begin our mock series. The very first question is, which lines of the poem 3 years she grew in sun and stars suggest that Lucy would fully grown up physically and mentally as a lady of nature. So a lady of my own and shall pass into her face. This child to myself will take and forms a stately height. A lady of my own and grace that shall mold the maiden's form. Nature speak, she and I together live. So she is fully grown. It can be suggested from these lines, the lady of my own and grace that shall mold the maiden's form. The expression sleeping flowers can be described as a symbol of the lost relationship between human and nature, the hidden relationship between man and women, the relationship between Hellenism and paganism, the relation between flower and ants. So it is simply relationship between human and nature. At the end of the poem, Ode to a Nightingale, the poet embraces dash with honesty. So in the last do I wake up or sleep करके लाइन है ना, तो वो उसको रियलिटी से जोड़ रहा है. So this is the answer. The expression that hoard and sleep and feed and know not to me is an example of bathos, epigram, alliteration or polysyllabic. So you can see that and is repeating many times here. So here it is polysyllabic. From the line of the poem, the last write together, the expression changed not in kind but in degree. The rejected lover means to say that their love is not changed in character of love, but in the intensity and fullness of their love. Their love had been changed characteristically, their love had been changed metaphysically, none of the above. So it is their love is not changed in character of love, but in the intensity and fullness of their love. The number 9 and 50 may conjure up which of the following possibilities? The poet is 59 years old. The uneven number makes a double of 29 but leaves one companionless. That is the poet, the lucky number of poet, or it is his age. So it is the uneven number makes a double of 29 but leaves one companionless, that is poet. So 59 वो काउंट करता है सॉन्ग्स जिसमें से 58 के तो कर लो कि एक तरीके से कंपेनियन बन जाते हैं, 29 कंपेनियंस बन जाए. जो एक सॉन्ग बच जाता है वो कहीं ना कहीं पोएट को रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहा है. Tennyson uses Homer's character Ulysses to mock Greek mythology, reflect Victorian values of perseverance, celebrate pagan rituals, advocate war. So it is simply reflect Victorian values of perseverance. From where you, the writers, according to L.A. Hill, can borrow ideas for articles, essay or short stories. So from society, surrounding events, examples of human joy and human tragedy in newspaper, various events in novels. So it is from he can take example from human joy and tragedy in newspaper. In the poem Strange Meeting, according to the dead soldier, Dash does not reside in the beautiful calm eyes or in the braided hair of a woman. So whether it is beauty, happiness, sorrow or joy. So it is beauty on the models of whose problem play did John Galsworthy writes his play. So whether it is Henry Arthur Jones, Arthur Pinero, Henry Ibsen, or none of above. So it is Henry Ibsen. Okay, these two are also known for realistic or problem play drama, but here Henrik Ibsen is more appropriate for he is known for his problem plays. The song of the thrush seemed to the poet to be the welcome song to poets himself, the coming century, the inclement weather, or setting sun. So the song shows it welcomes the coming century. The poet's comparison of Lucy to a rose in June suggests Lucy's ethereal and ephemeral or short-lived beauty, Lucy's love of nature, Lucy's passion, or none of above. So it suggests Lucy's ethereal and ephemeral or short-lived beauty. The climax of this narrative poem, The Listener, is probably when the bird flies out of the turret above the traveller's head, the horse coughs on a ferny ground, the silence returns to the house because the traveller has departed. The traveller yells out, "Tell them I came," and no one answered, "that I kept my words." So here, in the last line, the poet said that "Tell them I came," and no one answered, "that I kept my promise." ये लास्ट लाइन रहता है द लिसनर का. Arms and the man belongs to pleasant play, unpleasant play, you can say, or both pleasant and unpleasant play, or none of it. So जीबी सॉ के प्लेस को हम दो पार्ट में डिवाइड करते हैं, अनप्लीजेंट और प्लीजेंट. सो ये जो आर्म्स एंड द मैन है, ये एक प्लीजेंट प्ले है उनका. The tragedy of human life, as expressed in the poem The Last Ride Together, is that human aspiration on the earth never equals endeavor, perseverance, actual achievement, or sincerity. So it never equals the actual achievement. Tennyson set his poem Ulysses at what point in hero's life? So whether after he escapes the siren to rule the savage people, just before he embarks for Troy, after his return to Ithaca. So the poem said when Ulysses returned to Ithaca, the image of the bird or the thrush choosing to fling his soul upon the growing gloom suggests the eternal cycle. Both hope and desperation evoke in the phoenix self reincarnation from its ashes, the outside disturbance, the eternal germination. So basically वो फिर से गाएगी, फिर से करेगी, वो कहीं ना कहीं एक होप और डेस्पिरेशन उसको इवोक कर रहा है, जैसे कि फिनिक्स के साथ होता है कि वो अपने ही राख से फिर पैदा होती है. हैरी पॉटर में देखा होगा मे बी. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, लूज क्लाउड्स लाइक अर्थ डिकेइंग लीव्स आर शेड. हियर द क्लाउड्स आर कंपेयर्ड टू dying creatures, snowflakes, autumn foliage, or fire embers. So they are compared to autumn foliage. Children love to listen to stories about their elders when they were children. So, what does this line reveal about the narrative structure of the essay? So, it shows chronology, yeah, chronological way of narration, or it uses dramatic irony. It frames the story as a nostalgic recollection, or it is purely fictional. So, it frames the story as a nostalgic recollection. Arshad and his brother were men of family belonging to an African race, an European race, a Malayan race, or ruling race. So they belongs to Malayan race. Next question is, in the justice, who first suspects the check is forged? So whether it is Mr. Coxon, Walter Howe, James Howe, or Swidell. So it is Mr. Coxon. So it is Mr. Coxon who first suspect that check may be forged. In She Stoops to Conquer, what is Mrs. Hardcastle's attitude towards London society? She despises its superficiality, she is indifferent to it, she fears its corrupting influence, or she romanticizes and aspires to be a part of it. So basically, she romanticizes and aspires to be a part of it. Hmm. In Arms and the Man by George Bernard Shaw, Sergius challenges bluntly to a duel mainly out of honor, jealousy, revenge, or loyalty. So it question is very confusing somewhere. कहीं कहीं आपको ऑनर मिल जाता है, कहीं कहीं जेलसी मिल जाता है. बेसिकली ये ऑनर होगा क्योंकि हमें ऐसा दिखाया जाता है, बट बर्नार्ड शॉ उसके पीछे की जेलसी को भी कहीं ना कहीं या सटायर के फॉर्म में हमें दिखा रहे होते. सो कहीं कहीं आपको जेलसी भी मिल जाता है. The main conflict in the poem, "The World is Too Much with Us," can be summarized as paganism versus Christianity, emotion versus intellect, materialism versus nature or spirituality, modernity versus antiquity. So it is materialism versus nature and spirituality. What allusion does Tennyson uses in the line, "not unbecoming man that is strove with gods" in Ulysses? So the allusion is taken from Trojan War and the Greek heroes struggle with the gods, or the labors of Hercules, or the myth of Prometheus stealing fire, or the battle between Titans and Olympians. So it is the Trojan War and the Greek heroes struggle with gods. Because of Diamelan's illness, Arsat has not slept for 6 nights, 7 nights, 5 days, or 5 nights. So he hasn't slept for 5 nights. Who is bothering you? The passive form of the sentence will be whom are you being bothered? By whom are you bothered? By whom are you being bothered? Or by whom are you being bothered? So it is by whom are you being bothered? The correct transformation from negative to affirmative of sentence Rohan never forgets his friend's birthday. So इसका affirmative क्या होगा? Rohan remembered his friend's birthday every time. Rohan always remembered his friend's birthday. Rohan was unable to forget his friend's birthday, or Rohan managed to remember his friend's birthday. So it is Rohan always remembered his friend's birthday. It is the affirmative form of the negative sentence. Having burned the paper, she threw the ashes in the dustbin. इसमें having burned जो है वो क्या है? Whether it is perfect participle, gerund, infinitive या modal. So it is perfect participle. Identify the grammatically correct sentence. So whether George is a huge and heavy man since not in intellect, George is a huge and heavy man but not in intellect, George is a huge and heavy man since in intellect, or George is a huge and heavy man wherein intellect. So the right answer is George is a huge and heavy man but not in intellect. So our new batch on LT grade will be start from 21st of August 2025, where we will discuss the syllabus via YouTube videos, and we will also do some free mock test, and there will be marathon quiz also, and there we will discuss grammar and literature, which covers the whole syllabus. And you can scan the QR code, or we will give you the link of the Telegram channel, and kindly appreciate our efforts by liking, sharing, and subscribing our videos. And also join us on Telegram for daily mock test related to SLST 2025 at 10 p.m. every day. Thanks for watching. मिलते हैं next video में.